Opportunities for Broom. Podcast.
Hey, I'm Scott. I'm here with the OFB podcast, and my special guest today is Brett Dean. He's the director of Head Start. Brett, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing, Scott?
Good, man. Start out. What is your role as the OFB Head Start director, Brett?
Basically, I oversee all of our centers and monitor the different component areas, which include education, family services, health, nutrition, and special services. And basically, I just have to ensure that we are in compliance with any of the Head Start regulations. We also have New York State Office of Children and Family Services regulations, Department of Health regulations, and any other, local code regulations that apply. I also work closely with the school districts. We have to sign contracts with all 9 of our school districts each year. That includes, the meal services and other services that the schools provide us. Every 5 years, we have to submit an initial grant application to Head Start, and then every year after that, we have to submit a grant describing the progress we made on goals and if there's any, changes or amendments to that, and then they, approve us each year for funding. And that kind of sums it up in a nutshell.
And what's some of those school districts that you serve, and where are these centers located?
Well, our centers are located in Endicott, Harpersville, Whitney Point, and Windsor.
Uh-huh.
And we serve 9 school districts throughout Broome County. And those school districts are Shenango Forks, Shenango Valley, Deposit, Harpersville, Maine Enwell, Union Endicott, Vestal, Whitney Point, and Windsor.
Oh, wow. Are there any changes that you see for the next school year?
Yes, actually, we're currently in the process of writing an amendment to our current grant.
Uh-huh.
And what we want to do, we want to transition all of our 3.5-hour classes to what they call full day, which is a minimum of 6 hours. So we're looking at trying to transition actually all of our classrooms throughout Broome County to full day. There's a lot of planning obviously involved with this because we're going to have to hire an additional 11 or 12 staff. We've had to secure some classroom space because in order to do that, we didn't have enough classrooms, so we've actually worked with the Union Endicott School District and the Shenango Valley School District to make that happen. The downfall is that we're going to have to serve less children, though. We're not going to receive any additional funding to make this happen. But there is a big push to move to full day to get the kids ready to enter into kindergarten. I don't foresee that as a huge issue because we haven't had really large waiting lists in our area in quite a few years. And I think a lot of the reason for this is New York State has, less kids that are not being served. So between the school districts and Head Start, most of the 3 and 4-year-olds are being served throughout Broome County.
And does the Head Start program serve younger children also?
There is an early Head Start program, but it's not in our service area. A lot of Head Start programs, do that, but it hasn't been offered in Broome County in our service area yet. I do foresee it happening in the future. We don't know what the government will decide with that, but there are a lot of 0, 1, and 2-year-old kids that do need to be served and could benefit from the services that we provide the children. So hopefully, that grant will become available in the next few years. But either way, we're gonna be trying to apply for funding anyways. Each year we do an annual community assessment, and we assess the needs in our throughout our community. And every year, it mentions that there are a lot of unserved younger children in our service area. So we are going to pursue that. I don't know if we'll have, if it'll happen in the next year or two, but that's definitely the direction that we plan on heading, especially with New York State expanding their UPK to full day services. I see the direction of Head Start going to be serving pregnant mothers and, kids from age birth to 2 and 3.
Well, Brett, I see you're a very busy man. Before I let you go, is there anything else that you'd like to explain?
Yeah, actually, I did. I had mentioned that we are making the changes, expanding to full day. But one thing I did not mention is we have traditionally served kids 3.5 hours a day, Monday through Thursdays, and we did that for about 130 days a year the kids would receive services.
Mm-hmm.
In our transition to full day, we're actually going to be doing Monday through Friday, 6 hours a day, and we're going to expand it to 180 days of services for the kids. So we'll actually follow the school districts in all the areas, which will obviously the kids are going to benefit greatly from the additional classroom time, which will hopefully translate into greater gains in school readiness skills, and hopefully they'll be more prepared to enter into kindergarten. And the greater hours that we serve the children is also going to be less of a childcare burden for the parents. So hopefully this will be a good thing for our community. The next step is going to be to try to serve younger children.
Well, Mr. Dean, Director of Head Start, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to chat with me and the listeners out there.
Oh, thank you. I thank you for having me, Scott. I appreciate it.
Opportunities for Broom. Podcast.